I started the recording a little early to be cheeky, and now I'm going to press the start stream button. Alright, just getting ready now for Steam Next Fest. The stream should be live, and the time I've scheduled is in like 2 minutes, so let's get started here. Hydrate, got some water. Yeah, if anyone has any questions about the game, I'm more than happy to answer. Right now I'm going to be playing the demo, because it's Steam Next Fest. It's all about the demos. So yeah, let's get started. I had 2 save files. I'm going to erase one of them. I can erase that one too. Pretty sure the one viewer in chat is me, so I guess I'm not really in a hurry. Let's skip through the opening cutscene. And I'm just gonna exit and go back to the title screen. Okay. Alright, it's now 2, so my time has begun for Steam Next Fest. Is my cursor even on screen? Ah, it's kind of important for this game, but oh well. This is Fantastic Fist. It's a game that I've been developing for a while now. This is a solo development project, and let's get started. We got some new files to select. So the opening cutscene of this game is a little bit goofy. Everyone's competing in this year's Coolest Arms competition. And the winner is Vivi! That's you. You get to play as this character here. The grand prize this year is a giant fist! However, a nearby wizard was jealous. There was no prize for 3rd place. And also they're a jerk. So the wizard attacks Vivi and steals her very cool arms. And the entire story of this game is you are going to go on a giant quest to punch them until you get your arms back. And now the game begins. So this game is about dragging a giant fist around the screen to interact with the environment. You got boxes here you can punch. And you got more boxes to punch. Right now there's only 1 viewer, so I'm going to make sure that my game is actually on Steam Next Fest right now. Hold on. Steam Next Fest. I got too many tabs open. Sorry if I'm tabbing out and the audio goes in every now and then. Just making sure my stream is in fact live. There's a lot of streams going on right now. But yeah, so this game, Fantastic Fist, I'm going to get to playing more of the demo here in a brief moment. Still getting some setup taken care of for the stream. Ah, yes, okay, cool, I am live. Huzzah! Anyway, let's see what this game's all about. I have chat open somewhere on one of these windows. Sorry, I'm tabbing in and out. There we go. So this is a platform game, but you punch things with the mouse. You drag a fist across the screen. This is the introduction level, so we're just introducing the concept of punching things. I like this little... It's completely useless, but it's a fun decoration. I got a waterfall behind those boxes there. Whoop. So this game, I've been working on it for almost 8 years. It's a little more than 7.5 years at this point. A lot of the game's direction has changed over these 7.5 years. When I started, I wasn't really a very good artist. Some may say I'm not a very good artist now. Same goes for like music and programming. But this was a solo venture, and it has been quite fun to work on. So that was the introduction. You can hover over that to see your speedrun time, if you're into that. It also shows like the collectibles. As you can see, I missed a coin in there, so we'll be going back later. And right now I'm just playing through the demo. Everyone, you are free to check out the demo yourselves. This level introduces more specific things to punch, but as I was working on, like several years ago, finding what sorts of features I would have in World 1, punching boxes wasn't cutting it, I needed a lot more. So I've come up with this. You punch, it just tosses you upwards. And this version here, which slowly falls down. And of course, if it crushes you, you die. But that's what the checkpoint's for. You also leave behind a little ghost when you die. Look at that. And yes, you can get crushed on the ceiling too. Whoops. One thing I wanted to do with a lot of the level design is how'd that happen? I wanted every room to have multiple solutions. So like you could just pop up this way, or you could go up around like this. Whoa. And with all the hidden collectibles in this game, mostly just coins, they unlock bonus levels. It's a lot of fun to just hide things in corners for the more curious and adventurous players to find. That is just a hazard that you simply punch and it disappears. Some simple introductory level stuff. Nothing too advanced. Then to bring back the motif from the beginning of the level, you got the keys again. And we got both the coins that time. Although we did miss a secret exit that we'll be going back for. So these are on-off blocks. You punch them and it toggles their collision. Whoop. But yeah, I guess to talk more about like this game's development, about 8 or so years ago, I started getting into game development with the Ludum Dare Game Jam. I made a game for Ludum Dare 32. The theme was Unconventional Weapon. And my game got like 41st in innovation out of a lot, which isn't that impressive. The rest of the categories, I was well in the hundreds. But that's what got me started into making video games. And briefly after that, I started development on this one, which has changed so much over the years. But yeah, the Ludum Dare Game Jam definitely got me started with making games, and then I participated in Ludum Dare again and again, and I got a lot more feedback from other people who've made games during the Ludum Dare Game Jam, which definitely contributed to me making better games. I've continued to participate in every Ludum Dare. Most recently, the results for the most recent one aren't out yet. They'll be out in like a week. But the one before that, I came in first place in audio, second in humor, and third overall. Which, considering I used to not know how to do any of these things, I think that's pretty good. Oh, geez, I actually talk about the game instead of just playing it here. This is World 2, or at least a example of a World 2 level. This is a hazard, it just kills you. The ghosts, when you die, they're fun to punch. Woohoo! This is World 2. It introduces some more mechanics. It's got a very different art direction than World 1. There's a lot of stars just like in the background of my game, like everywhere. Even when you're indoors, it's just kind of, it happened and I like it. So these pink ones, whatever direction you punch is the direction you go, so if you punch up, you go up. Well, these ones, obviously, They're a bit more rigid. Whoop. And like, it's not necessarily a double jump. Like if you run off cliffs without jumping, you get like a store to jump, and you can do some cool speedrun shenanigans with that. The actual level and like the final release is a bit longer, but you know, gotta save the best stuff for the full game. Ho ho. And yeah, by the way, this demo is available for anyone to check out. Tell me what you think. This level introduces some fun little mechanics here where you punch these and the hazards switch, whoops, and they switch back and forth. And using the other mechanics from earlier in this world, you can find all these fun little secrets. Whoop. So this door, it's covered in the thorns, so you gotta go up and around. I thought it was a lot more fun than just having the door be exposed, you know? Part of my level design, I try to avoid just making the player go right as much as possible. I've played a lot of platformers where you just go right. It's like, well, why not have the player go up and left and all around? Whoop. There's a little bit of a safety period, so like if you're running through these and... Oh, hold on. Trying to get an example. Like if you're running through these and the wall appears as you're running through it, there's like a half second or so of safety, so you can safely run through them. Whoop. There we go. And we collected everything in that level. And by we, I mean I did it. So we're moving on to the World 3 mechanics for the demo, because, you know, you gotta show some of the cool stuff. And the World 3 mechanic here, these boxes that, like, when you're dragging the fist around, they all freeze. This was one of, like, the turning points in this game's development where I realized, oh wow, this mechanic is way more fun than everything else. Because back then all the boxes were just, like, live physics. You'd punch them and they would just go, and they would never go where you want to punch them. Not that punching boxes is a huge part of this game, but when I came up with the idea for them to freeze and then you punch them, and it completely changed things. And coming up with ideas for this world, for instance, it's a wall, but when you hold down the mouse you can run through it. And that definitely just spiraled into, okay, here's what World 3 is gonna be like. You got these, you got this hazard with a little cartoon skull on it, and of course, dragging the fist makes it dangerous. Got these skulls that spin around in circles. This is one of my favorite levels to speedrun. This room in particular. I'm not gonna speedrun it just yet. But it's very fun to have to manage these skulls, the hazards, moving through the walls, you know, standing on it safely. And then of course, a little hidden collectible. It's actually possible to use the coyote time to get up and over here, which there's nothing here in the demo, though. In the full release, there is a little secret up there. Whoop. And then World 3 kind of has two sections to it. There's like the pinkish reddish section, and then the blue one, where instead of just dragging things, making everything freeze, you can punch this, and then there's a 1 second timer, where those will become pass-throughable and the skulls light up. For a little change of pace, but you know, it lets me use these mechanics as like a motif and just say, hey, here's some other things that can be done. You can just run along this as long as you're punching these. You might be like, ooh, what's up there? And it's quite possible to get up there too. And it's a coin! There we go. These skulls are quite dangerous when you can't just drag the fist and make them stop. I tried to make it a bit balanced because like, ooh, you can freeze them with this. And then I realized, that would require me to have like a million of these in the room, so I'd rather just make it a fun, dangerous hazard that you have to be careful and avoid. Whoops. There's a bit of a safe spot right here. You can tell they don't quite reach there. Whoop. And that's definitely the longest level in the demo because I'm cramming a bunch of things together. This is like a finale level for the demo. It's pretty much, hey, you made it to the end, for like an any % victory. There is more content, which I will be showing in a second. Whoop. And then here it shows your previous best speedrun time. Again, if you're interested in speedrunning. In this case, I very much did not beat that because I was just casually walking through and showcasing things. So let's exit the level real fast, and let's see here. You can look at the notebook, and yep, there's the any % time, and you can see, well, I'm missing a coin there, and I'm missing a secret exit there. Let's go back to the introduction, and let's find the hidden coin. I definitely took a lot of inspiration from like Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island with this game's direction. The notebook, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's in like the Super Nintendo version, but I had the Game Boy version of Super Mario World back in the day, and that had like a notebook where you could just see what you haven't collected. So in this case, the hidden coin is just up there. You gotta use a box to toss yourself. And once you've collected the coin, you immediately have it unlocked. You don't have to, complete the level, so we can just exit. And now let's head over here because this is where we're missing the secret exit. The caves. I'm really happy with how the waterfall turned out. I wanted to try adding like extra splash particles, and game's not out yet. I could still do that. I got time. Making introduction levels is difficult. One of the things I struggle the most with my Game Jam games is making sure everything is very intuitive. I've had a lot of testers give me feedback, and it has helped a lot. So here we got a little secret door with this spooky little hand, and when you're standing on this, you can punch this. If you didn't have every coin in the demo, there's a little message that's like, oh, don't got enough coins. So this unlocks the 100% completion. You got here this little collectible, but oh no! That was a load-bearing collectible! And then the level starts to collapse. I also took a lot of inspiration from Wario Land 4, where like you step on it and he's like, hurry up! And then you gotta speed run your way back to the start of the level. I absolutely loved that game. Anyway, it's really easy, but I just want to show off the music a bit more. Because a lot of my playtesters think this is one of their favorite songs. I would agree, it's pretty boppin'. I specifically made it at like 60 BPM, so like every time you hear like a little tick-tock sound, like tick-tock, it's, in beat with the timer running out. Anyway, moving on, we got the secret exit. Kablam! We did it! You got a little confetti because we collected everything. And this unlocks the thank you for playing level, which is just where I put the credits for the demo. That's me, Chris Siebert. I made this game. And just a little special thanks to my playtesters. Oh yeah, this guy here, I didn't show him off. His name is Goob, which is a portmanteau of ghost and cube. I know, my portmanteau game is on point. But a huge thanks to all my playtesters. They gave me a whole bunch of feedback during the past several years. Whee! And then just some other special thanks, especially to D to the Fourth, Noah Ratcliffe, Ludum Dare Game Jam, and the Mario 64 task community. Noah, he got me into the Ludum Dare Game Jam, which definitely got me started in making games. So here, just a little thanks for playing the demo, and we got a little bonus, extra challenging section here for people who made it this far. Whoop. And then, ta-da! And you got your 100% speedrun time. In this case, I also did not beat my previous record. Anyway, this is the demo. If you want, I could speedrun the game really fast. Let's make a new save file. We're gonna skip the opening cutscene because we already saw it. So speedrunning this game is There's a lot of very fun movement tech you can do with punching boxes and the many other things you can punch. A little shortcut there. Avoiding the checkpoint because it's faster. And right there, it'll highlight what your personal best is, so I was off by a little bit. If you hover the mouse over it, I recognize that my mouse might not be on screen. Oh, it is. Cool. Okay. One of the fun speedrun strategies on this level is to hit all these well before they're on screen. Well, they're on screen, but well before you reach them. Whoop! I'm losing frames in my speedrun. Not that the speedrun's super important. I should probably actually be talking more about the game and the game's development than focusing on a speedrun anyway. But yeah, this has been 8 years in development, because I started this 8 years ago and I had no idea what I was doing, and over the past very long time I started to realize, oh, this needs changed, and this needs changed, and then I recreated the art. Actually, here's a fun speedrun trick if you punch this box. Whoop. Skip a few sections there. But as I was redoing all the art for the third time and coming up with better features and mechanics, the game really definitely started to be significantly better than the initial idea that I had 8 years ago. There was initially a level select screen instead of a world map. Yikes. Whee! But yeah, I've definitely made a lot of changes. I know I was joking with a lot of my friends because when I initially started this back in like 2016, it's like, yeah, it'll be done in October of 2016, which it definitely wasn't. That's kind of been like a running joke where it's like, oh yeah, it'll be done in October. This time I mean it. And now here I am in October of 2023, and it pretty much is done. I do plan on a few more things. I basically just have cutscenes and some more music to compose. But for the most part, the game is entirely done. I'm gonna try and release it in late November. I still don't have a publisher, so I've been trying to reach out. Yeah, that's how things have been going for the development right now. But across... Oh, speedrun trick, you can hit that one, and then the doors just open. You. You can just kind of avoid these if you gotta go fast. Hey, that was my personal best speedrun, apparently. I haven't played too much for speedrunning purposes. At least not in the demo. Oh, saved it. But yeah, the art, definitely... when I started this game, I wasn't really an artist. I already made the joke earlier in the stream, but some may say I'm not now. I definitely have more experience making like little characters and animating them. It's way easier than drawing backgrounds. This background took like multiple days to draw and make small tweaks, which is why I just reused it here and changed the color to blue. I'm one man. Being a development team of one is quite the challenge. But it is a lot of fun for like small game jams like the Ludum Dare Compo. I definitely have a lot of fun seeing how much I can make in a small period of time, like 48 hours. Ah, my speedrun! After the speedrun comes to a conclusion here briefly, I might as well hop in the non-demo version of the game. By the way, you should check out the demo of the game. Wishlist this on Steam! Because very few people know about this game. Oh no, it wasn't my personal best. Oh well. That's the demo, that's the speedrun of it at least. To a decent speedrun, I was talking most of the time. Let's switch over to the actual game. Let me pull that up, let me swap around in OBS. Here we go. This is the real game now. Let me erase one of these save files. Yeah, and here we go. So if you missed the opening cutscene, here it is. Everyone's competing in this year's Coolest Arms competition. And the winner is... Vivi! Which is the character you play as. The grand prize this year is... a giant fist! However, a nearby wizard was jealous. There was no prize for third place. Also, they're a jerk. The wizard attacks Vivi and steals her very cool arms. Vivi chases after them into the unknown. And yeah, the story of this game is we're going on a big ol' quest to punch the wizard until we get our arms back. You'll notice the introduction level here is the same as it is in the demo. Which, by the way, here, let me slow things down a bit. Actually, I'm no longer speedrunning, so let's take the time to appreciate how this game works. This is a game about punching things. Yeah, you can drag a giant fist around the screen with the mouse. You can punch boxes, you can interact with this waterfall here. It's just decorative, but I like my decorations. Whee! And then you move the character with the keyboard. So you got both keyboard and mouse for a fun old hodgepodge experience. And this is not the demo, but it is a level that is in the demo. I like this detail here. You're gonna reveal a waterfall. Whoa, and it's a lot of fun just to look how cool it is. It works. Bonk. Here, wait, let me not bonk and show an easier solution. You can just climb these stairs. Whoop. When you punch all these boxes, you're creating a little pathway here. The introduction level is mostly just boxes. I think that's a very easy to understand concept, punching boxes with the mouse. And it also has a freebie coin here. Very easy, not hidden at all. It lets you know, hey, there are some collectibles in this game that you should keep an eye out for. And then when you beat the level, you'll also realize, oh no, I missed one! Rats! Anyway, better luck next time. Moving on to level 2, this one is also just an exact copy of a level in the demo, so if you've already seen me play this level, you're gonna see it again. But with more commentary. This right here, these walls, if you were to destroy all of them, you can't get that little secret, but it's very easy to just not destroy all of them. But even if you do, you actually can still get the secret, because you can make a little floor there with that box. And then it's a coin. Huzzah! So these are just boxes that you punch, and it lifts the platform into the air. Whoop. And you can fall fast by holding the S button. All of this is rebindable. You can go to the settings, so maybe if, like, you don't need WASD, if you got, like, a different, like, an AZERTY keyboard, or you're left-handed, you can change all that. A real programmer showcase. Wow, everything works! Look at it all working! Whee! I like this section here. If you just hold the mouse in place and run, you just punch all of them. Whoop. These little spiky bubbles here are a very easy to manage hazard. Just punch it and it goes away. Again, very simple introduction stuff for, you know, the introduction levels. Get the player used to walking around and punching things. You might have noticed if you played the demo that this section here is a little bit different. There's a hidden coin up there. If you were to use the box to toss yourself great distances. So, oh no, we missed the secret exit and a coin. That's okay. This level is also in the demo. I just took the first 3 levels of the game because it's like, hey, you know, if the player is being introduced to them in the actual game, then the player can be introduced to them in the demo too. And in this level it introduces the on-off boxes, which you just punch and it toggles their collision. Whoop whoop. And This is a pretty visible secret, I think. That one's not very well hidden. But not all of them need to be, you know? I mentioned before, this little guy, the walking box, his name is Goob, which is a ghost cube. If I didn't toss him, I need... Here, hold on. If I can get him to land on his feet, nah. We'll get this guy to land on his weight. Yeah, hold on, he'll stand up. Oh, it's so good. Goodbye, Goob. You can also kill Goob if you crush him inside one of these on-off walls. Little checkpoint. And again, this level was in the demo, so I guess I can just make my way through it extra fast. Showcase some new things. You. Oh yeah, that was good grip. If you collect everything in a level, you get confetti, which is extra fun. My speedrun time was 1 second faster. Oh, jeez. I should have been extra fast. This level also has a secret exit in it, and it is called Bumpers. I might change the name of the level. A lot of the names were placeholder, and I never got around to changing them. But the idea here is this is a bumper. It sure is. One of the features of this game is coyote time. Like if you run off of a wall, you can jump. It's almost like a double jump. At any time, if you haven't jumped and you got your jump, I could jump now. One secret that I've hidden in this level is if you were to go all the way here and then jump, you get the little hidden coin. Sun emojis. I'm just now looking in chat. Thank you, thank you. And this is a fun little bit. You got that key box, which you gotta get right there. But if you were to just punch the bumper, whoop, it just gets tossed in the right direction anyway. I might be moving a bit too fast, so let me know if I need to slow down. Ah. Well, yeah, the idea here is I wanted to make a platform game that utilizes mouse controls while also using the keyboard to control the character. This box here, if you drag the fist into it, will give momentum to the players, and then whoop, I can let go of that, and the player gets momentum. And then you gotta reuse the same box. I thought it was clever to make the player reuse the same box there. Whee! And then for the final section of the level, because you can see the goals right there, if you were to give the player momentum, whoop, and right there. So that was that level. It had a secret exit in it. We'll have to go back for it. This is another level that is not in the demo, but it showcases another very easy to understand concept of punching this, and it slides in the direction you punch. Whee! And then I can't go through these walls, so I can add some safety zones so you don't just always crush the player into a ceiling. There we go. Now you might be wondering, what would happen if you were to just lose it and punch it all the way over there? Well, through the power of good game design, you can bring it back. There we go. And you could also definitely do some fun speedrun tricks where you just use the momentum to get all the way up here instead of solving the slidey block puzzle. There's also some hidden stuff up here. Perhaps I shouldn't just show off every single hidden collectible in my live stream, but I'll show off some of them. Oh no! Well, that's on me. Oops. But yeah, so this game has been in development for almost 8 years. It's been about 7.5. I started this way back in... I was in high school. Now I've graduated college, and look, I'm still working on it. Gee whiz. There's a thing up here, but I just said I wouldn't be showing off every secret. Whoop. But yeah, by the way, there's a demo of this game. If you haven't already checked it out, please do. I'm always looking for more feedback before the game gets released. Let's see, the mines. The idea I had for this level was, you know that spiky bubble hazard I showed off a while ago? Well, what if there was just a lot of them? Again, it's a very easy hazard to deal with. But I thought it would be fun to just challenge the player by having a lot of them. Ew. But yeah, the general idea behind most mechanics in this game is what would be an interesting interaction with the fist. Some of these, you know, just like tossing them or destroying them, like these boxes here. But a lot of other things in the later game are both like a means of movement and a hazard, which I think makes for some very interesting gameplay. And we are coming up now on the World 1 boss fight. Nope, one more level before that. We have Chaos Cavern, which is not the boss fight. I lied. The idea behind this level is I created an alternate version of these on-off boxes. It is a bit more dangerous. If the fist is inside it at all, you can run through it. Otherwise, it's solid. There we go. In this section, I'm utilizing both this and some older mechanics. Whee! Sorry if I'm terrible at streaming, I really do need to find more things to talk about. Whoop. Oh, there was a misplaced tile there, I'll fix that. Whoops. But yeah, so developing this game for about 8 years. When I started, I really had no idea what I was doing. Most of this game's development has been built on the foundation from when I had no idea what I was doing. And there's definitely times where I'll run into like 7-year-old code and cringe and be like, ah, geez, I should optimize that, and then I do. But yeah, it's been a lot working alone for 7 years on this. But it has been a lot of fun, too. I've also come up with a lot of other ideas, and in the meantime, it's like, man, I really want to make this other game now, but I have to make this one first, because, you know, I'd really be letting myself down if I didn't finish this one. Back when I was in high school, I had a friend he'd make a lot of small projects, but he wouldn't really finish any of them. And I've definitely wanted to finish this project. I didn't think it would take this long, though. Back when I started, I was joking with friends, like, yeah, it'll be done in well, I wasn't joking, I was serious. I thought it would be done in October, like 10 months after I started this game's development. I was perhaps a little bit too ambitious, because the game is still, you know, not out yet. But I got a demo, so hey, check out the demo if you want. We're moving on to the first boss fight, which I feel like is okay if I show in this stream. I'm not spoiling too much. But it's got a little spooky door and a cutscene, so check this cutscene out. I've mentioned it earlier in the stream, but small animations, like just animating the character is easy, but making like a full animation that tells a story and it covers the whole screen, it's a lot of work. So the idea behind this boss is they're the ones who've stolen our arms, and we're gonna try punching them a whole bunch. But oh no, this liquid is rising, and we have to juggle ourselves and avoid these attacks. Whoops. And that's the World 1 boss fight. You. The level is still currently named World 1 Boss. I'll probably be changing that before release. But yeah, now we have made it to World 2. Which, if you've played the demo, you'll recognize this level. Because it is in the demo. But I did mention that this level does have an extra room that the demo doesn't have, so we'll be seeing that. Whee! There's also a little extra thing up there. Hold on. It's a coin! I really haven't been collecting that many coins. If I were to look at the notebook, yeah, 7. You know, I started collecting a bunch of coins, then I'm just like, let's stop showing every secret in the game. But yeah, so the big idea behind this game is it is a platformer game that utilizes... Oh, this is a new room. It utilizes the mouse for punching things on screen while you use the keyboard to move the player around. Whoop. There's a little secret here. But in the spirit of not showcasing every secret in the game, I'll just be running along now towards the end of the level. What you might have noticed is when I left World 1 and entered World 2, all the pause menus of, you know, there's like a shape motif that I got going on. World 1's got a bunch of circles. And World 2's got a bunch of triangles. Whoa. This level is also in the demo. A lot of the levels that I use for introducing mechanics of the worlds and just, you know, the game in general is what I put in the demo. So I thought, whoopsies. I thought, hey, you know, if it introduces it in-game, it can introduce it in the demo. So we've already seen this level, so I don't feel bad about moving fast. Whoop. I'm thinking I might play a little bit into World 3, and then I might head back to the demo. I don't want to show off too much, you know, spoilers and all that. Let the player experience the game themselves. Ah! I punched it twice. Actually, now wouldn't be a bad time to just go back to World 1 a little bit. There's a new level. I'll show the new level. This one is not in the demo. This is called Various Explosives. And it introduces balloons. I do actually have a level with balloons in the demo, though. This is like a lead balloon. It makes a fun bonk sound. And this vine grows bombs. Because of course it does. The bombs that can bounce off the balloons. Oh, I almost had it. But yeah, this has been quite the journey to develop. Again, I started just making like silly little games in 48 hours for the Ludum Dare Game Jam. This game was not initially a Ludum Dare game though. But I did definitely get started in game development with the Ludum Dare Game Jam. If you've played the demo, you might have noticed the Ludum Dare Game Jam has a special vase. No, my bomb! I guess I didn't need that one. Bonk. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun to develop, but it's also been a lot of work. This is a game made entirely by myself. This is all solo development. I did the music, I did the art, I did the programming, and all the designs, and all the who's what's it's. And it's been a big learning exercise. I've definitely learned a whole bunch. A lot of the learning has been in the form of the Ludum Dare Game Jam. Getting feedback frequently has definitely helped me become a better game developer. So this level here has a secret exit, which I'll be showcasing, because I want to show off another level in this game. So if you head down here, and the last time I played through the level, I went all the way up here, up and around. I got a little secret there. Instead of doing that, we're gonna go all the way down here. Whoop. And using the coyote time, we can find this secret exit, which is the exact same secret exit from the demo. I just copied this room. But if you haven't seen this yet, this is a load-bearing collectible. So you break it, and then the level will start to collapse. Heavily inspired by Wario Land 4. There's going to be a timer, and you got 1 minute to escape. And I'll just groove here for a little bit because a lot of the testers say that this is one of their favorite songs. It's actually in the same beats per minute as, like, you know, every second there's like a click, like a TikTok sound, like a clock going. Very stressful. Woo. Anyway. So as you can see, we've already collected that coin, so it's not highlighted, because I didn't get it in this run. And we missed one. But we unlocked the secret exit. So let's see what's over here. The library. This level is basically my way of explaining the movement tech in this game. Like, coyote time, it's technically not required to reach here, so if you haven't learned it yet, coyote time. You can just run off the ledge, and then jump. And then I got a little section here for you to utilize your newly gained knowledge. Whoop. And you get a coin as a reward. This one is just box boosting. You can toss yourself with boxes in this game. It's pretty intuitive, but in case you hadn't picked up on that by the time you've reached this bonus level, here's a little section that requires using it. And then fast falling, if you hold the down button, you fall fast. Anyway, not to spoil all the movement tech in this game, but that's the library. And there's another level here that takes you to some difficult bonus levels, but we can showcase those later. This level is called Together by Tether, the key idea being that you are tethered to a box. Whoop. So I'm going to tab out, so if the audio stops for a second. Alright, cool. I just had to make sure my game, you know, the game audio was actually being streamed. But yeah, so in this level you are connected to this box, which poses its own challenges. In this room, the box is all the way down here, so if I were to try to just run, it pulls me back. I can't quite go that way. Whee! It's fun to just toss the box great lengths. If you do the fast fall, you can also kind of like bungee jump. Oh, I bounced off something. There we go. This section kind of requires you to use that bungee jumping technique. And then you can't quite go this way, so you gotta turn back, because the tether would prevent you. Ooh. And this room has 4 of them. Whoa! Gotta spice things up for the last level in the room, you know, or the last room in the level. But you can also use them to make little platforms here for yourself. Oh no, I didn't want to punch it that way. There we go. So I didn't collect any of the collectibles there, I did a bad job. This level expands on the mechanic introduced earlier with the bubbles by adding key bubbles. So basically, gotta punch all the bubbles with the keys in them. But you can only touch the bubbles once. They turn into hazards afterwards. I think that makes it a bit more interesting. You can also just hop out of the bubbles. It's slightly faster than punching. Whoop. Like, a lot of the ideas with these rooms, because I've played a lot of platformers where all you do is move to the right. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun if, whoa, we're going up, we're going down, we're going all around town. And like that entire fiasco there was just so you could move this box outwards. Look at that. So that was that level. The next one's the World 2 boss fight, the Gatekeeper. And you know what, I've decided I'm not going to show that on stream, you know? Some things are best experienced by yourselves. Speaking of experiencing this for yourself, feel free to check out the demo of this game. Whoa, it's free! What coins have I missed? I can go back and find some more. Let's go to Catch a Ride. And then I might head back to the demo and showcase what the demo's got. So if you missed it earlier, the idea with these guys is they just slide in the direction you punch. And as I showcased earlier, if you accidentally lose it, you can bring it back. Whoop, whoop, there it is. And whoa, look at that secret coin. I don't know if I showcased the waterfalls enough. They're a lot of fun to play with. We're gonna go. I think I made the joke earlier where it's like the programmer presentation where I'm just showing off all the little like, wow, look, it works. Alright, I specifically was like, I'm not gonna showcase all the secrets, which is why I didn't showcase all the secrets. Let's exit this level. I think I'm gonna head on back to the demo of the game and show you what the demo's got in the store. So I'm gonna alt-tab real fast. Where's the demo? There it is. And OBS, we're gonna switch back to the demo. So let's return to the title. This is the demo of the game. As you can see, it's got the word demo. The game by me, Chris Siebert. Let's make a new file. And if you haven't seen the opening cutscene, I'll show that off again. These characters here are a bunch of characters from my Ludum Dare games. No one's probably ever seen my Ludum Dare games if I'm being honest, but there they are, little cameos. And anyway, the story of this game is that we were competing in the coolest arms competition, and we won. The grand prize was this gigantic magic fist. But a nearby wizard was jealous, because they came in third place and there was no prize. And they're also a jerk, so they use their magic wizard powers to steal our arms. And they flee the scene. And the story of the game is we're going on a big old quest to chase after them and beat them up and get our arms back. Anyway, this is a game about using the mouse to interact with the environment, while the keyboard moves the character. One of my biggest inspirations for this game was Yoshi's Island. I really like the way that game manages like tossing eggs around while platforming, and I definitely thought it'd be a lot of fun to play around with similar ideas where you just punch things. Again, with my philosophy of don't always make the player go right, here's a section where you go to the left. Ooh! Just some simple introduction stuff. Behind this crumbly wall is just a waterfall, which I just wanted to showcase. Look at that! Whoa! It's so cool. I wanted to make the introduction level as simple as possible. It's just a series of boxes. Which I think the boxes are a very easy to understand mechanic. Just drag the fist into it and they get tossed. You can knock this wall over and you create little safe spots on this floor of spikes. Whoop. And this is just a little simple closure to this level here. You got a very simple exit and this very intriguing coin collectible doohickey. Just to let you know that there's some things to keep an eye out for while you play this game. And when you beat the level, you'll also realize that you might have missed one. Oh no! Moving on to level 2. The caves. Earlier in the stream I mentioned that for the longest time during development I was focusing a bit too much on just boxes and making more interesting boxes. I realized multiple years into development that there's definitely a lot more you can do than just punching boxes. So right here we got this little platform. That you punch it, launches the platform. Very simple. It's consistent. This has nothing to do with how fast you're moving the mouse. It's a very consistent, this platform will go this high when you punch it. And here's some various different versions. You got the slow falling one, the normal one, and one with spikes on the top, just to add a little extra challenge. Ew. This showcases just, there are some walls that boxes can't go through, but you can. Whoop. And if you're keeping an eye out, you might be very intrigued by these little gaps in the ceiling every now and then. Utilizing the very generous coyote time this game has, you can run over here and then jump. It's basically a double jump, but you only get it if you run off without jumping. There's some interesting movement you can do with that, which initially started as a bug, but like, I kind of just love it. It's a lot of fun to be like, whoop, you know? Anyway. Oh no! I was being too show-offy and I died. My hubris. There we go. And the end of this level is just showcasing the keys again. There we go. By the way, this demo is free and it's publicly available, so if you want to check out the demo, go right ahead. Give me some feedback. Right here we have Get a Grip. This is the final World 1 theme level that I have in the demo. I got 3 levels showcasing World 1 mechanics, 2 of World 2 and 1 of World 3. And what we got here is just these boxes that you can toggle their collision. Oh, and yes, if you're inside it, it'll kill you. By the way, I don't know if I've died much during the demo here. Let me just show off when you die, you leave a little ghost behind, and they are fun to punch. It's mostly just as a means to be like, hey, look, you died here, watch out, you know, next time you play through the section. But the fun little details of, like, punching the ghosts, I love doing silly things like that. This is one of the more visible secrets. It's very much obvious that there's something up here. It's a coin! Oh, and then I punched myself. So this introduces, I guess, the first enemy of the game. This game doesn't really have too many enemies, but I thought it'd be fun to have one. His name's Goob. He's like a ghost cube. So my portmanteau game is on point. Whoop. And if you were to land right side up, he stands back up. Whoa! Better watch out. You can crush them inside these walls too. But yeah, so I've been developing this game for almost 8 years, and entirely alone. When I started, like the day 1 version of this game, I have redrawn this character like 3 or 4 times since day 1, because my art style has just gotten better than where it was when I started, to say the least. I wasn't the best artist back in the day. I've made this joke already, but some may say I'm not the best artist now. Which is fair. Another fun little detail, you got this snowman. Whoop, there he goes. So this is World 2, so obviously the background has changed. Things look a little different. The music is a bit softer in this level than the previous levels. One of the mechanics that has been showcased so far are these pearls that you can punch them and they send you in a direction. This is an alternate version where specifically the direction you punch is the direction it will send the player. Well, this one just always sends you up and this one sends you down. Huzzah! Oh, I should have showcased there's some speedrun time. Yeah, anyway. On the level complete screen, it showcases your speedrun time if you're into speedrunning the game. Also, if I were to look in the notebook, it'll show me, the current time on the save file. It's got time of any % completion. It shows me all the levels I have unlocked, and oh boy, I'm missing a lot of collectibles. I'll have to go back. And there's some fast travel, so if I wanted to just go straight to that level, I could push that button. This level focuses on these briars that come in and out. Whoop. Little secret. And then there's a door. I thought it was fun to have a door that's like, oh, I can see it, but I can't reach it because all the briars. So you gotta go up and around. And now you can get to it. Again, with my philosophy of do more than just make the player go to the right. Although this room, the player is primarily going to the right. Oh yeah! A lot of the music in this game is also just taken from my Ludum Dare games. Composing music is hard, so when I write some good music for like a game jam, it's like, yep, that's going in Fantastic Fist. So there, my speedrun time was 1 minute and 8 seconds. And it's highlighted in gold because that is the fastest I have completed this level on this save file. If I were to replay the level, it would be not highlighted in gold. So one of the World 3 mechanics, these boxes, if I'm just moving the fist at all, if I'm holding down the mouse, these boxes freeze. And when I came up with the idea for these boxes, like the entire game changed, because before this, all the boxes were just using like live physics. You would punch them and they would just immediately go, and they would never go in the direction you want them to. So when I came up with this idea, it's like, oh wow, I can consistently make the box where I want it to go. This is actually fun. Not that I'm utilizing boxes that much in this game, but it definitely led to me completely changing every box in this game, and then also coming up with a lot of other ideas for World 3. For instance, this wall, if you are dragging the fist down, or dragging the mouse, you can go through that wall. So that introduces what's going on here. You got these skulls spinning around in a circle. Spooky. And you got these hazards here with little cartoon skull faces on them. And again, holding down the mouse activates them. So we got here is one of my favorite rooms to speedrun. It's very fun and snappy just to go back and forth and whoop, whoop, doop, doop, whoop, whoop. Oh no. Anyway, to actually showcase this room without me just jumping through every hoop, it's one of the best ways I could find to introduce this mechanic here. I like just that section there, that jump. It requires you to activate it and then release it with good timing and platforming. And a little hidden collectible. I made the explosion sound whenever you punch one of those coins. It's always in the key of the music that's playing, which basically meant I needed to make like 30 different explosion sounds. This is another part of World 3. The blue section, instead of just when things are being dragged, when the mouse is being dragged down, now whenever I punch one of these, it starts a 1-second timer where all of these are active. You can run across this safely because you're just constantly punching those. If you're holding the mouse down there, of course. you might have noticed that there was a little secret up here, and that's another hidden coin. By the way, right now I'm playing the demo of the game. Feel free to check it out. And wishlist this game on Steam if this looks like something you're interested in. I'm going to try and release the game in late November. The game's pretty much entirely done. I still have some music to write and some cutscenes to make. But for the most part, the game's entirely done. Whoop, pow! And if you collect everything in the level, you get confetti, which, that's a fun little, woohoo! You did it! And for the demo, this is the finale level. Like, you did it! You've played the demo! It's just a little showcase of the things you've already used, but in a slightly different environment, and it showcases your speedrun time. This was not my personal best. Not even close. So if I were to exit the level, let's see, I know I missed a lot of the coins. Let's go back to Midnight Grove. And I know the coin I missed is at the end of the level, because I'm the developer. But, you know, it's, also you can look at that and be like, oh, well, I got the first coin in the level, so the second coin has to be later than that. And this is a significantly shorter version. Well, it's a shorter version of the stage when compared to the actual game. I have another room after this in the full release. Whoop. And once you've collected the coin, you don't have to make it back to the end of the level. It's saved. You got it. So let's go back to the introduction. Because I missed a coin here. Whoop. So it's up here. You can toss yourself with that box, or the other box. Now, let's exit the level. Let's head to the caves. This level has a missing coin and a secret exit. So the hidden coin here is just, you know, there. If you were to punch all these away, you can't make this jump. Oh no! But what you could do is you could grab one of these boxes and make a platform like that. So there's multiple solutions in case you get rid of everything that you need. So now we're gonna look for that secret exit. Me being the developer, I know exactly where it is. And it's up here. Whoop. There's a little small door with some spooky interior. And this is a little gate here. If I didn't collect every coin in the demo, stepping on this would be like, not enough coins! And there's a little indication that I need 10 of them. So if I were to look at the notebook, I got 10 coins. And it leads me here. A little spooky bonus room. And this is a load-bearing collectible. So now that I have collected it, the level will start to collapse, and I have 60 seconds to make it to the end. Heavily inspired by Wario Land 4, if you've ever played that game. You step on like it's like a frog with a bomb on it, and then he goes, hurry up! And you got like, you know, some amount of time to make it back to the start of the level. I like this song, so I'm just gonna let it play for a few seconds before reaching the end. It's in the same, it's 60 beats per minute, so every time you hear one of the tick-tock sounds, another second has passed. And this goes red, so kablam. Now I've collected the secret exit, and also the pillar's red here too on this screen. I thought that'd be a fun detail, so if you were to showcase your speedrun time, they'll know you did it for the secret exit. And with the demo, this unlocks thank you for playing the demo, which is just a final bonus level. It's got the credits in it. A game by Chris Siebert, that is myself. And a special thanks to all the playtesters. Whoa, we got goob. It's a special thanks to all the playtesters for the feedback. And then here are my playtesters listed out by name. Big Ted, Chill Lemon Pascal, GlitchCat7, Silver Slither, Samlu3, Bramp, Birdman, Alley, Ronnie Hammond, Kuro, Stephen Bond, Dan Park, A Day Rock Project, Lucas, Viviandra Van Loan, Chris Krigstoffer Larson, Richie Siebert, and a special thanks to Gigi the Fourth, Noah Ratcliffe, the Ludum Dare Game Jam, and the Mario 64 Task Community. Whee! Thanks for playing the demo, and we got one little final bonus challenge for those of you playing the demo. Whoop. And then it showcases your speedrun time, which this was not my personal best either. But there it is, and it's got a bunch of confetti everywhere, so you can't fake it. Oh, that's a debug menu. So that was the demo of my game. Let's see here. I think I did pretty much everything in the demo, so let's return to the title. And I think I could probably switch back over to the final release here. Sorry, the music cut out. I'm switching back to the not demo version of the game. Whoop, here we are. I'm going to return to the title here, and I'm just going to make a new save. So I can showcase some things that weren't, you know what, I don't need a new save. Which save was I doing? I think it was this one. Yeah, so let's just showcase some things that weren't in the demo. This level is called Bumpers. So if you've played everything in the demo and you're wondering what else is in store for this game, here's a level that isn't in the demo. The name Bumpers is likely a placeholder. This is a bumper. Bonk. Very simple World 1 mechanic. But in combination with the coyote time here, you can do some tomfoolery by going all the way up here, and then jump. There's a coin up there. I already collected the coin, that's why it was all blue instead of gold. Whoop. This bumper here, you gotta get the key there, and you could just punch it normally because that's what this game's all about, or you could just bonk, and it tosses it in there. I thought that was fun. And by the way, if this looks like something you're interested in playing, give this game a wish list. I plan to release it, hopefully in late November. I am notoriously bad with deadlines. Initially, I started this game back in 2016, and I told my friends it'll all be done by October of 2016. Almost, yeah, 7 years ago. So, that didn't happen, but I'm pretty confident I can get this game done by November. Oh, here, wait. Whee! Because all that's really left for the full game, which is what I'm playing right now, all that's really left is just cutscenes, and maybe a bit more music, because right now I'm reusing music in some places. It would be better if I could just write more music. There's a hidden coin in this level, if you were to carry this little arrow with you. Bonk. There it is. And confetti, because we found everything. This is Catch a Ride, which I think it has my favorite mechanic in World 1. It's a big box with a face on it, and you punch it in a direction and it slides. Also, when it hits a wall, it blinks. It's real cute. Anyway, bonk. Oop. No, no! So it had some very simple slidey block puzzles to this platform game. One thing that happened a lot with playtesters is they would just do this and lose it. So, due to the power of good game design, you can summon it again. There's a hidden coin over here too. I also really like how the waterfalls turned out. Hold on. If I just stand here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's so fun. Bonk. The idea with this room is I just wanted a lot of interesting things to get in the way of this box, and then you're using all the knowledge of the things you've explored so far in World 1. Also, this waterfall, I wanted a section somewhere where, oh, that's on me. Well, anyway, I wanted a section there where I could just show off the waterfall being as big as it possibly could. I could make it larger, but no need. And it's, oh, look at all the particles and whatnot. We like to have fun here. Oh! We need to jump up here, so... Ooh. Ow. But yeah, so I started this game back in 2016 with very little game design experience. I had made maybe 2 or 3 games for the Ludum Dare Game Jam by then. I created... Oh, yeah, so I collected that coin this run, but not that one, which is an indication, you know, I found that one this run. I found that one before, and I didn't even find that one this time, so... Gotta keep tabs on those collectibles. But yeah, so I've made games for the Ludum Dare Game Jam before I started making this game. The first game I ever made for the Ludum Dare Game Jam, I could probably recreate in like 10 minutes, and it took me 48 hours back then. Yeah, after making a game for Ludum Dare, I was completely hooked. It's like, ah yes, I do want to make video games. And I've made 23 of them now for Ludum Dare. I just recently made a game back at the very beginning of October. The theme was... Oh geez, what was the most recent Ludum Dare theme? Not important. Anyway, I've made a bunch of games for the Ludum Dare Game Jam, and I've got a lot of feedback every time, which has absolutely helped me become a better game designer over the course of the past 7.5 years. The feedback that everyone has given me has been very helpful. One thing that I've just recently learned, this most recent Ludum Dare, I had a friend who was left-handed. So they struggled to play my most recent game because that game didn't have control rebinding, which this one does. So you live and you learn, you know? Making my games better, one piece of feedback at a time. So this level introduces an alternate version of these on-off blocks, where if the fist is inside them at all, you can run through it. But if the fist leaves, it's, you know, solid. Oh, ow. This room has a misplaced tile. I'm gonna fix that, obviously. Pretend it doesn't have a misplaced tile, and this game will look way more impressive. But yeah, this game is a solo project. I almost called it an adventure. A solo project by myself. Actually, this game would make for a really fun multiplayer experience if you hand, like, the mouse to a friend and then you use the keyboard. I definitely want to see multiple people playing this game simultaneously like that. This level here is the World 1 boss fight. As it says right there, that's a placeholder name. It probably won't be named World 1 boss fight in the final release. But this showcases spooky projectiles. So it's a harder version of that one spiky bubble hazard. And you'll never guess why. It's because the boss uses those projectiles. Look at me teaching the mechanics of the game, while the stakes are still low. Whoop. You can just kind of avoid that one. Whoop. But yeah, back when I started in 2016, I was definitely not a very good programmer, for starters. I had no idea what I was doing. I self-taught myself programming, which, yeah, some people would say that's impressive, others would be concerned. Anyway, so I taught myself how to make music. Oh right, there's a cutscene. Look at this. Wow. Impressive. So this is the boss who stole our arms in the opening cutscene. The wizard who stole our arms, and they are the boss fight, because this is a game about going on a quest to punch them and get our arms back. Of course, punching them doesn't really do anything here because it's, you know, the first boss fight. But you can punch their heart. And the boss fight gets harder. The acid rises, and you gotta juggle yourself on these platforms. Whoops. And there you go, that's the World 1 boss fight. Hooray! And now that we've done that, we can move on to World 2. And for those of you who have already seen the demo, I am going to be playing these levels again, but this level is in the demo! Speaking of, you should check out that demo if this looks like something that you'd be interested in playing. And wishlist this game on Steam! Whee! Here, wait, I'm gonna hold the reset button because I wanted to show off the snowman. Oh, he's got a tiny little top hat, and then you go blap. There he goes. It's just decorative, you don't have to kill the snowman, but, you know, it's fun. And if you did see the demo, you might have noticed that this section's a little bit different. That's because I hid a secret up here. It's a coin. And those pearls that we've been punching earlier in this level that all have like the arrow indicating where they go, these ones don't have that arrow, so you can choose the direction. Whoop. And also, if you played the demo, this is a room that is not in the demo. Oh no, I missed a thing. Oh well. There we go. That level's also in the demo, but I'll move on to this one, because this one isn't in the demo. So if you're looking for some interesting extra content that is not in the demo, this level is called Various Explosives, such as a balloon, and a lead balloon that you can't punch. Well, punching it does nothing, rather. And this plant that grows bombs. Whoop. There's a little hidden coin up there. I like this section because you gotta punch the bomb without destroying the floor. Or I guess the ceiling for that matter. Now these hazards here, and I am going to demonstrate, yep, it's a hazard. I forgot to show that it's a hazard. You can toggle them by tossing a bomb into that. Oh! There we go. Whoop! Oh! It bonked the thing again. That's hilarious. I've pranked myself. And you might have noticed that I am able to stand inside this if it turns back on. That's because it would have been just unfair if it just turned on willy-nilly when you were inside it. So, good game design. Whoa. Well, yeah, the entire idea behind this game is it is a platform game that also utilizes the mouse for a bunch of interesting platforming. There's a little secret over there, and the way you get that is by holding the mouse. You know, you can punch that, you don't have to release it immediately. And now you punch it, and you get over here. It's a coin! Ta-da! Ah, I missed a coin. Oh well. This here is one of my favorite mechanics that I'm showing off in World 2. The level is called Together by Tether. And this box, we are tethered to it. So if it gets too far away, you can pull it back, and it can pull on you. Yeah. Whoop. And yeah, the box is also affected by this. I'm trying to demonstrate it. There we go. One thing you can do with it is like a little bungee jump. Go, oh! Oh! Whoop. Go up and around. They can't run too far this way because the tether holds you back, indicating that you have to go the other direction. And you can crush the box. As you can see, it is now gone, and I am not tethered to anything. This section here has 4 of them because, you know, gotta raise the stakes for the final room of the level. Whoa. And that was Together by Tether. And that was apparently the fastest I've ever done that level on this save file, so that's pretty cool. Let's head on back a little bit. Bumpers. Actually, here, wait, I might have enough coins for that secret exit. I got 13. I think I need like 15, so nope. But I will showcase this secret exit. For those of you who have played the demo, by the way, there's a demo, you should check it out. The secret exit here is the same secret exit that can be found in the demo. Because I just copied the room. Whoop. This here is a load-bearing collectible. When you break it, the level will begin to collapse. And all the hidden exits have little timed sections like this, where you now have 1 minute to make it all the way back to that. And it's a little bit tricky. For instance, if I were to die, that timer isn't resetting. Oh, and if the timer runs out, it kicks you out of the level. Kind of like Wario Land 4, which is what inspired this concept. And then, here we are at the end of the level. Kablam! And that unlocks this level, which is the library. This is just a little level where I thought it would be a good idea to introduce all the movement tech in the game in a very straightforward way. So like Coyote Time, whoop, you can just run off the ledge and then jump. And this is just me straight up teaching the player. Oh yeah, and then there's a little section all about using this newfound knowledge of yours. Whoop. Ta-da! And then box boosting. You can punch a box into yourself. And this is just how I go about explaining the movement tech in this game for people who are interested in a more speedrun approach. Like, hey, if you want to go fast, and you want to learn some interesting ways to move around in this game, here it is. Fast falling. If you hold the S button, you fall faster. So this level is just showcasing movement tech. But I thought it was a good idea to introduce movement tech to the players. I think I'm going to head back to the demo now, since I've played through... you know what, I can play through these levels again. This one's not in the demo, and it's a pretty cool level. Focusing on these boxes here, that you punch and they slide. Bonk. And you can... they're also technically a hazard, so you gotta be careful. This one, you can't really punch it to the sides, so it's just a means to move upwards. This one, it's a little slidey block puzzle. You know you gotta get up to that door, but how? There you go. And if you were to accidentally lose it, such as that, that's not coming back. What you can do is respawn it. Whoa! You can also get some pretty wild momentum off of these, so like, a speedrunner could probably just do it right and make it all the way up there. Or I could just... whoop. There we go. Skip the whole slidey block puzzle entirely. Oh, that was close. Oh, and I crushed myself. So by the way, if you like what you're seeing, this game has a demo available. Feel free to check that out. And wishlist this game on Steam if this looks like something you'd be interested in playing. I've spent about 8 years making it, entirely by myself. I did the art, I did the music, I did the programming. Many times redoing the art and redoing the music, and yes, redoing the programming, because I started this game with very little knowledge of game design and art design. It's been quite the learning experience, quite the journey for me. This level is centered around these very easy hazards. You just punch them and they're gone. But I thought it'd be a lot of fun if I just filled a room with a lot of them. Again, with it being an incredibly easy to manage hazard, I thought it would be a fun way to add a little bit of challenge with the World 1 mechanics. This box here, when you punch it, it gives momentum to the player, so when I were to release the mouse, whoop, I get tossed. I should mention, you can hold boxes in place by holding down the mouse, so if it's like, ooh, that angle's not the one I'm going for, much better. You know, you get to play around with it. And also, there's a little secret. If I were to run back here and give the player some extra momentum, I could carry it all the way to the goal at the end of the level. No, I punched it! Oh! Whoops. Well, anyway, there's a secret there if you go above the goal. My bad. This level takes the on-off boxes that you saw, these little on-off boxes, and it adds a new, slightly more difficult version of them. Oh! With World 1, I wanted to come up with a lot of very simple and easy to understand ways to interact with the game through the fist. It gets a lot more wild come like World 4 and 5. But some very simple to pick up ideas like, ah, I see, you punch the thing and the thing happens. Whoop. Oh. And these guys here, their name is Gorb. Or no, my bad, it's Goob. Gorb is a World 3 enemy. So Goob, he's a ghost cube, and he walks around. And if he lands on his feet, he'll step back up and start walking around again. Oh yeah! So this section here, there's obviously something up there, so let's go adventuring. Who needs the end of the level? We're adventuring. It's a coin! Huzzah! And those coins are required to unlock the bonus levels. I showcased one of the secret exits earlier with the load-bearing collectible and all that. They do have a coin requirement for you to see them. Let's head back down to the caves, and let's see if I have enough coins for that. I could showcase some new content. Already got that one. And the secret exit is up here. This is the same level from the demo, so if you're playing the demo, you could find a secret exit there. Though it won't be this one, because this is different. It is a real test of the game's, the player's knowledge of the movement tech for these secret exits. If you're looking for bonus content, you gotta earn it. There we go. And just like that, we have unlocked a new level. And this is one of the more difficult levels, the depths. So I like this challenge here. It's very, very obvious what's going on. You just gotta... If you were to just punch all of them at once, there's no chance you're making it through. You gotta time it out, one at a time. Gonna jump around that one. But yeah, when it came to adding slightly more challenging bonus levels in this game, I wanted to make sure that, like, if a player is actually entering a bonus level like this, that they should at least be capable of beating it, which is one of the reasons why the bonus levels, the secret exits, are slightly more challenging than other sections. Because I don't want a player to accidentally enter a level that they have no possible chance of beating. They're like, wow, this game is incredibly difficult. Because for the most part, this game is not incredibly difficult. I say. I'm playing a bonus level. I've definitely tried to make this game well balanced so anyone could beat it. There is certainly a difficulty curve. It does get harder as you get to the later levels of the game. But these bonus levels are just, you know, their own thing entirely. If you're looking for extra difficulty, then the bonus levels are designed that way. So showing off some of World 2, because I've been playing a lot of World 1 lately. Whoop. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna play through the boss fight. I'm just gonna use the debug mode to unlock some extra content here. This is World 3. The Timeless Temple. This is a level that is in the demo, by the way. This game is a free demo. You should check it out. When it came to designing World 3, I came up with the ideas for these boxes where if you're moving the fist at all, they just immediately freeze. Whoop. Which, before I came up with that idea, all the boxes just had, like, live physics. You would punch a box and it would just go. And it would never go exactly where you want it to. It was always a real struggle. But when I came up with the idea for these boxes, it really just changed how I thought about interacting with the fist. For instance, they freeze when the mouse is held down. I created this wall that is pass-throughable when the mouse is held down. Oh yeah! You also got these skulls that freeze when the mouse is held down. And these little cartoon skull boxes that, when the mouse is held down, they become a hazard. This part is slightly different from the demo. I just have a fun little wall of skulls, and you can freeze them and... Whoop. This section here is, you know, it requires mastery of both timing and platforming with the mouse controls. But this level just ends here. It's a very simple introduction to what World 3 has in store. Let's play a little bit more. All these circles are debug placeholder stuff for testers. Ignore them, sorry. Haunted Halls. Now this is Gorb. He is a ghost orb. And you can punch him out of the way, but he can loop the screen, and he is a hazard. So you gotta be a little careful around Gorb. Don't want to just punch him with 1,000,000 miles an hour like that. So, you know, treat him gently. This section has multiple Gorbs to spice things up. Oh! Wait, this game doesn't really have that many enemies? I thought it would be a bit more interesting if, for instance, the way Gorb works is it's entirely your fault. If you punch him with the speed of 1,000 suns, then you've created your own difficulty. If you're working to keep Gorb out of your way, you can. He's very easily managed. But you know, you just have to play the cards right. And this room, you got like a ring of Gorbs, which kind of get in the way here, so you do have to move them all around. You don't have to do it that way because this definitely complicates things, but it does make it more interesting. Whoop. Ah. If I were to just move that one and that one, I could probably make it through the rest of the room. Ooh. Let me move that one too. There we go. This isn't entirely like it's a puzzle game, but there are some sections that if you really think about it, it's a lot easier than it looks. Whoop. And there you go, that was Haunted Halls. I'm gonna head back to the demo now. So I'm going to be tabbing out, sorry if the audio just cuts here, because I'm now heading to OBS, the demo. I got 200% save files, let's erase some of those. So if you haven't checked out the demo yet, here's the opening cutscene by the way. Everyone's competing in this year's Coolest Arms competition, and all these characters are just characters that I've made from various Game Jam games in the past. Thought it'd be a fun little cameo. So you win the Coolest Arms competition with the grand prize being a giant fist! Yup, that's the story. However, a nearby wizard was jealous, because they came in 3rd place and there was no prize. And they're a jerk. So they use their wizard powers to beat you up and steal your arms. In the story of this game, we're going to be going on a big ol' quest to track them down and punch them until we get our arms back. So this is a platform game, utilizing the mouse to punch things and interact with the environment, and the keyboard to run around. In theory, you could rebind some of these controls to like a controller, although I don't really have controller support yet, although I am going to try. So anyway, this is a platform game, your usual, but one of the many things that I like to do is try to avoid making the player exclusively run to the right. In this section, you're running to the left. Wow! A little waterfall here, just fun decorations. Level 1 is just introducing the bare bones. Look, you can punch things, and getting the player used to the idea of, you know, punching things. This section here, we got a little spiky floor problem, but we can move these boxes to create some safe platforms. Whoop. Whoop. And now we're at the end of the level here. That down there is the level goal, but you'll notice there's just a very flashy collectible. Hooray! So now you know you gotta keep an eye out. And also, I missed one! Ah, gee shucks! If you hover over it, it'll show your speedrun time. I guess my personal best is 22 seconds. At least on the demo version, I've probably done it faster. So here we have the caves. It still opens up with the familiar mechanic of punching boxes, but now we gotta manage moving this box to a target. And also, there's a secret. It's a coin. Behind this is a new mechanic, because boxes aren't enough, so I thought it'd be a lot of fun to have some platforms that launch themselves when you punch. And the speed in which the platform launches is always the same, like if I were to punch really slowly or fast. It's the same, it's consistent. and if I were to get crushed by it, I die. And it leaves behind a little ghost, and the ghost is fun to punch. By the way, right now I'm playing the demo. This demo is free and available for everyone, so feel free to check it out, and wishlist the game on Steam if this looks like something that you're interested in. Whoa. So these boxes can't go through these walls, but you can. And this game also has, like, coyote time, so if I were to run off a wall and then jump, boing, it's almost like a double jump, but if you jump first, you don't get the double jump. But what you can do is you can run over here and then jump. You get the little hidden collectibles. And these hidden collectibles, there are some secret levels that require you having a certain amount of the hidden collectibles to play. I thought it was just a fun little incentive for players being a little extra curious. And this level finishes off with some more boxes that you gotta punch. Whoop, whoop. For the most part, I don't utilize that many boxes in this game. It's a lot more of the other interesting things to punch. For instance, this next level introduces a box that, well, okay, a cube, I don't know, a platform that when you punch, it toggles the collision on and off. And yes, it is also a hazard, so gotta be careful. Whoop. And you can create a very interesting staircase this way. And this isn't like a very well hidden secret, but there it is. It's a coin! And this guy here, his name is Goob. It's a ghost cube. Spooky. Yeah, you punch him and his feet fall off. What? What if he falls like this? Blam! You can destroy him inside those on-off walls. You could also crush him under one of these. Goodbye, Goob. And also, if you were to just knock him around and he lands on like his side, he can't get back up. So this game was created over the past like 7.5 years entirely by myself. I did the art, I did the music, I did the programming. It might not look like it was 7 years of work, and that's because a lot of it was redone several times. This is like the 3rd or 4th iteration of the character's design. Vivi, that's the name of the character you play as. And if you collect everything in a level, you get confetti at the end. Woohoo! So moving on, this demo so far has showcased World 1 mechanics, but let's take a look at World 2, which has like a triangle motif instead of a circle. So if I were to pause, all the menus now have triangles, which I think is fun. So one of the ideas introduced here is these pearls, and you punch them, and it sends you in the direction of the arrow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, and also, just for funsies, little snowman, you can punch him. That was me screaming, that's not an actual sound effect of the game. Anyway. Whee! And that's just a hazard that changes in size. I think it's fun. And now, a very familiar mechanic from World 1 are these boxes that you punch and it lifts off and then it moves back. But now it's got a little pearl embedded into it. It allows you to gain some extra height. Oh yeah. And these ones don't even have a direction associated, so whatever direction you punch is the direction it'll go. Little sun hazard. But yeah, so I made this game, I started it back in like 2016. I had no idea what I was doing when I started, by the way. There's a lot of ancient mistakes that have been taken out of this game. Lots and lots of art needing to be redrawn. Music, geez, the day 1 music it wasn't good. I've definitely become a better composer since I started. In fact, on the most recent Ludum Dare, okay, the one before it, there's a Ludum Dare going on right now, the results aren't live, but Ludum Dare 53, I actually got first in audio for the competition, the compo. And I was 3rd overall. This song is just straight up a song that was from that game, because as I'm reaching the end of development and I have more music to compose, it's like, I got good music for my Game Jam games, I'll just put it in Fantastic Fist and call it a day. And so I did. Kablam! Moving on to World 3, if you were watching me play a little bit outside of the demo, you've already seen a bit of this level. But in the demo, I made it a little bit extra long. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Speed run. The demo also has a little bit of other mechanics on World 3. I showcased some of the early World 3 mechanics outside the demo. I'm moving a bit too fast, sorry. What we got right here, if I'm holding down the mouse, which is the action you use to drag the fist around and punch, it'll also completely change the environment of World 3. So like these, you can pass through them. These, that skull spinning around is what got me, but if I were to have the mouse held down, that wall could kill me too. Whoop. And there's a little secret. And actually using the coyote time almost like a double jump, you can get up right here. There isn't anything here in the demo. Outside the demo, in the full release, I got a little secret up there though. So here's the other side of World 3. Blue! So now, holding down the mouse doesn't do anything, but if I were to punch this box, it starts a 1 second timer, in which these will behave similar to the other thing. So reusing this mechanic like as a motif, these walls and skull boxes. Whoop. These spinning skulls are a lot more treacherous when you can't just hold down the mouse to freeze them. Also, I made it so this box freezes them. When it came to designing sections like this, I realized that it was more fun just to have to dodge them as opposed to having a million boxes that could freeze them. So for this section, just gotta dodge them. There are some safe spots like here and where the fist is currently at. Whoop. Nope. Kablam. And that's pretty much everything the demo has, except there are some bonus levels. Well, the finale level is pretty much just a, hey, you did it, you made it to the end of the game. By the way, this demo is freely available, feel free to check it out. And again, wishlist this game on Steam if it looks like something you're into. That's the 80% speedrun time, and now if I were to look at my notebook, it's, there it is. So let's exit the level, and let's see here. For the 100% completion, you need to collect all the coins to unlock that secret exit. I didn't collect any of them then. Ooh. Well, let's head back to the Timeless Temple and find that coin I missed. So yeah, this has been a lot of work to develop solo, but I'm really happy with the result. For like the first 4 years of making this game, because I mentioned earlier there was the issues with the boxes, and they would never go the direction you want them to go. But like the first 4 years of development, the art wasn't good, the music wasn't good. It was just kind of demotivating to work on. I had some really goofy ideas for the boss fights. Like, absurdly ambitious for what I was capable of at the time. There's a little secret up there, let's check it out. And yeah, I think that was part of why it was demotivating to work on, is because, like, for a long time I had some outrageous ideas, and it's just, I was obviously incapable of making. I had ideas for this game to, like, shift into a top-down dungeon crawler for one of the boss fights. And, you know, the code for shifting it into a top-down worked. But then I also had to design a dungeon, which I had zero experience doing. So that didn't happen. But I think what I did come up with instead of the top-down section, I think I made a really solid boss fight for World 3. But yeah, eventually I redid the character's art for like the 4th time, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. My art style has changed a lot since I started. Again, partially due to the feedback through the Ludum Dare Game Jam. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to collect all the coins and I've just been avoiding them. So you can see there's a little ledge up there. If I were to jump. Whoa, there's a coin. Oh yeah. This game has some fun speedrun tech though. So again, utilizing the coyote time, you could run over here, bounce, and then jump. And, well, I didn't do it right, so... Whoop. There we go. It gets up here for a little hidden coin. And if I were to check the notebook, I think that's all of the coins except for one. Let's head back to the introduction. And yeah, you can just use the notebook as fast travel. Whoop. And the coin's all the way up here. Now that we got everything, let's head to the caves where the secret exit is. Oh no! If you do destroy all of this, because there is a little hidden thing over there, you can grab one of these boxes and use that to create a platform. Whoop, there we go. I like having puzzles with multiple solutions. Anyway, it is currently where I am 3:55, so my stream will be dying down here shortly. Let's finish out this 100% of the demo. Let's talk a little bit about this room here. For all the secret exits in this game, there is what I call the load-bearing collectible, where when you punch it, it explodes and then the level will begin to collapse, which was heavily inspired by Wario Land 4, which is a game that I played a lot on the Game Boy when I was a kid. So now I got 60 seconds to make it to the exit here. And this section's pretty easy because I made it and I've played this game way too much. Well, I do just kind of want to jam for a little bit because a lot of the testers say that this song is one of their favorites. Anyway, kablam! So let's head down here to the thank you for playing level, which is just essentially the credits for the demo. Thanks for playing the demo, by the way. For those of you who have played the demo, thank you. A game by me, Chris Siebert. And special thanks to all the playtesters for the incredible feedback and finding the bugs. And then here's a big old list of my friends and everyone who's playtested. Also a special thanks to D to the Fourth, Noah Ratcliffe, the Ludum Dare Game Jam, and the Mario 64 Task community. Whee! And then just a little sneaky bonus challenge at the very end. And it's got your speedrun time. I didn't beat my record, but that's fine. That's gonna be pretty much it for this stream. For those of you who've been watching, thank you very much. If this game looks like something you're interested in, let me know. Check out the demo, give me some feedback. Wishlist this game on Steam. All the Hoosier Whatsits. Thank you for stopping on by. Let me exit the level and return to title. That's pretty much it. I really do appreciate the opportunity to stream here for Steam Next Fest. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care. And now I've stopped streaming, and I'll hit the stop record button.